This video, we are going to get ourselves familiar with the R Studio. So by now, I believe your R Studio must have been installed and you must have opened it. So the R Studio interface has four main panels. We have the console which is the left bottom part of the interface. We have script editor, the script editor here, which is the upper left part of the interface. We have the environment and history and environment. We have the history and environment panel, and we have the last panel that shows the files, plots, packages, help. So, but I'm going to discuss the console panel first. That will be the first one we're going to talk about today. The console window in RStudio is the bottom left panel. Is this place. Let me highlight it for you to see. Here, this is the console part. It's the place where the R is waiting for you to give it a command. You typed your command in the console panel. You have to type your command in the console panel. As you can see, I'm typing something. And in console tells you the result of what you have typed. Console tells the result of your command. So if I typed something now, let me enter. As you can see this, it's telling me there is an error with the command I entered, because console believe that everything you're typing must be a command. So if the console cannot relate with what you have typed, it will give you an error. But if it's a successful command, it's going to take you to the next phase so that you can continue. So that's one thing about console. It tells you the results of your command. Another thing about console is that all the commands you're typing, you cannot save it. So immediately you're closing the R Studio window, you are losing all your command. No matter how many rows of command you've typed, you will lose them all. So on the upper left side, I have a command here. So I'm going to type the command now in the console so that we can have a valid command to use. My data equals to read.csv, use your tab. So we have the file dot choose, so tab, comma, header is equal to true. You use your capital letter T. If I enter this, can you see that? Can you see that? It's telling me to pick a data I want to import. As you can see, I can pick any one of them, but that's not what this video is about today. It's just to introduce you to the interface. We'll still go further to how to import data. Thank you. So can you see now? Error in the file.choose, file choice cancelled. Can you see that? Interesting, right? Very, very interesting. So the second panel we're going to talk about today is the script editor. Unlike the console, you can always save your script editor. That's an advantage of the script editor over console. So I'll advise, when you're working with R, always type your command in the script editor. It's your choice anyway, but I always use the script editor for my command so that I'll be able to save it. You can see when you go to File, Save As, so I can pick where to save my file. If I have a folder kept somewhere that I want to save the file in, so I can save it there. There's an advantage. So let's go to the environment and history. Environment and history. About the environment and the history panel. The environment and the history panel, which is the upper right part of the interface of the R Studio interface. So the environment, it shows all active objects. It shows all active objects. So if I've imported data, I'll be seeing my objects here. So the environment shows all active objects. While history, this is the history, it keeps track of all command that has been run in the console. As you can see, this is the history. This is the last one we did. Yeah, you see, I was trying to import a file, but we cancelled it. There's it. There's it. So these are the histories. So that I did recently. And you see, can you see that? See the W, multiple ones that I typed the other time that gave us error. There's it. Interesting, right? So that is all about the environment and the history panel. So now let's talk about the last part of the R interface. The last part. There's a file. Let's go. These are the files. As its name implies, as the name implies, it means showing the files, your recent files. So plot. As you're typing your command, either in the console or the script editor, when you when you write a command to plot a graph, you'll be seeing your plots here. You'll be seeing the plots over here. So when we get to that aspect, we'll be seeing how to save our plot and all that. So the third part under this is the packages. We have several packages in R, several packages. Although in this YouTube channel, we'll be starting with meta-analysis. But we have several one of them. Analysis is wide. Data analysis is wide. So we have regression, we have so many of them. But we have different packages for analysis. So it depends on what you want to do. It depends on what you want to do. What you want to do will tell you the package to use. Take note of that. You can just go into R and start installing different packages without you knowing what you want to do. So your analysis determine the packages you're going to use. And the fourth one, we have the help desk. Can you see? I love this. I use the help a lot because so many times when you type a command and there is an error, you can go back to your help panel to check what is wrong. So, and it gives the explanation of everything. This is very interesting. I can tell you enjoy our software. You enjoy our software. So and the last part is the viewer, just to view. So that's all about the R Studio interface. We have four interface. We talked about four interface. We talked about the script editor. Yeah, we talked about the console. We talked about the environment and history. Then we talk about the last part where you can see your plots, your packages, and your files. So that's all about the that's all. I'm very sure you know what the script editor is, you know what your console is, you know what the environment and history is, and you know what the last part of the interface is. So in the next video, we'll be talking about how to import data into the R Studio. See the different method to import data into the R Studio.